little Kyler Murray, and Zion Williamson, who officially is measured at 6'6". Zion Williamson, who I predict will not be even close to the best rookie in this class, is somehow both undersized and oversized at the same time. Okay, he really is.
Why are you, hold on, you're as obsessed as anyone I think I've ever met with athletes' height and weight. Why?
Because people get obsessed with something that looks like you've never seen anything like Zion Williams. You've never seen anything like Kyler Murray. So the hype gets bigger, and I just want to knock the hype down because I want to give these kids a chance to perform without all that pressure.
You don't think Kyler Murray has looked every bit like a guy who could be successful in the NFL?
No. What, for one quarter against the Lions?
Mm-hmm.
And they lost every game since then?
Yes.
Okay.
He looks like a kid who, in time, can be a quality NFL quarterback, though. Come on.
What, is he going to wear elevator shoes?
All right. 248-549-9797. Ticket text is at 97136. Call your shot right here, right now. 4 games in. Lions a playoff team, or are they not? Let's bring in Sully, Hatchet.
Hold on. For 1 second.
Oh, you don't want to hear from them?
No, I do.
Wow, what a jerk.
His quarterback rating right now, 78.8. His QBR, 44.5.
He's going to get there. Just give him
Kyler
time.
Murray.
He's a
Okay,
rookie with
enough.
a rookie head coach
No,
on
I'm
a
not letting
terrible
people-
team,
no, I'm
all
not
right?
letting people get away with crap anymore. Everybody just saying that everything's going to be the greatest. Baker Mayfield the great, and I'm going to make you prove it, okay?
All right, fine. Sully, Hatchet, playoff team, not a playoff team.
Yeah, right here, right now, I would say that they are.
Dramatic pause.
The 2 wins that they have, those are games that in the past the Lions lose those games, and I know that they weren't pretty. They found a way to win those 2 games against the Chargers and the Eagles. That was huge. And then against the Chiefs, I thought they played better against the Chiefs than they did in either of their 2 wins, and they should have beat the Chiefs, but they lost, obviously. I think that they're a team that can get into the playoffs. I'm hesitant to. I don't really know what to believe about winning the division quite yet, but I think they're a playoff team.
But don't you think factoring into your saying playoff team is that it doesn't look like there's necessarily a superpower in the NFC North?
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm, that's part of it. Let's go to Mike V. Mike V, do you think they're a playoff team? Mike V. Where is he? Hell no! Have you seen him play? Do you know this team's history? Hell no! Guys. What are you even talking about? 1957. Come on, guys.
This is weird. I thought Mike was on vacation. Hatchet, playoff team, not a playoff team. Actually, I don't even think we need your answer.
Oh, yeah, we know his
Here's the
answer.
thing. Here's the thing. Sully's right about those games. They barely won those games, okay? Here's the thing. Yeah, they still won, whatever, okay?
It's Blake V.
I dealt with this with my team last year, the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know what happened in the first game of the year last year? We tied the Browns. And you know what happened at the end of that year? What cost us? That tie to the Browns. I'm not saying the Lions are going to be horrible, but I'm saying that they'll probably be that first team or second team out because of that tie.
I don't think it'll
The
go down to that.
tie will hurt, and they will not be a playoff team.
I mean, the more
The
more likely scenario is that the Lions don't make the playoffs. I mean, if you just go off history and you go off of, the division that they're playing in, the realistic thing to say is they probably don't make the playoffs. I still think there's a lot of things to like and to buy into.
There is a lot of things to like, but here's the thing. You talk about the division, and you don't see a dominant team. The one team that will win the division, the Packers. You know why? Their offense hasn't even started yet. Their defense is dominated, but their offense has not started yet. When it starts, they will become that team.
The
in
Lions'
the division.
offense hasn't started. The Lions haven't played a complete game.
That is the Lions' offense.
No, they gave away 14 points to the Chiefs.
And I know most people will look at that and go, and again, the phone number is 248-549-9797. We want to hear from Lions fans. Is this a playoff team or are they not? You point to the big mistakes, right? And I know most people say, well, that's a huge problem. I mean, the fumbles and the mental errors and all that. I look at it the opposite way. I think that's the easiest thing to clean up. You know, just being more focused, not making a bonehead play, not trying to do too much and reach for the end zone when it's first and goal at the inch-yard line. You're like, to me, I think if you clean that up, and I think the players understand that if you clean a couple of those things up, we're talking about a 4-0 football team, not a 2-1-1 team.
And you do have to understand, and people never seem to remember this from year to year, but most NFL games come down to something like that at a touchdown, a field goal, whatever. Let me look at the Packers. They opened with a 10-3 win over the Bears, one possession. They beat the Vikings 21-16, one possession. They lost to the Packers 34-27, one possession. They beat the Broncos by 11. Every team has one possession games. I mean, quite literally, every team. Did I say every team?
Every team. 248-539-9797. Let's go to Greg in Westland. You're on 97.1. Hey, Greg.
Hey, how you guys doing? Well, I'm going to say no.
No playoffs. Okay.
No playoffs, because for one thing, you guys are talking about playoffs way too early dealing with the Lions anyway.
We are.
1-1 does not make a playoff team. And you guys, we can sit here and I'm listening to all these people say how great what the Lions have had. The Lions have had opportunities to win the division in the last 10 years. 6-3, I remember they started off with. Do we know where that ended up at? I've seen them have a chance. We beat Green Bay a few years back in Green Bay to open up the season. They came back at the last game, threw us out of the playoffs, and beat us at home. It is so, and you know the Lions, the history is they're going to invent a rule that they're going to have to come up in football because something controversial is going to happen. So to even think that they're going to make the playoffs at 2-1-1 is absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, Greg, you're citing stuff that has happened in the past. So I guess you're saying you don't believe this regime is any different.
You know, how could you believe it until you see it? And
I've seen
saying
some signs.
1-1 to get them there, you can't say, yes, they are a playoff team. Why would I say that when they haven't proved it with opportunities in the past?
Because we're predicting, we're guessing, we're not slaves to the
That's what I'm
past.
doing. I'm with you guys. I am predicting that they won't make it.
That's fine.
And
So
if you
am
say-
I, Greg. If you got to ask me the question right now, I don't think that they actually end up getting there. That doesn't mean that they can't. You know,
The past is not always a predictor of the future.
No.
It has been for the Lions for 50 years. But it can't go on forever, right?
no. Plus, you have to have a certain level of, I don't know if it's hope or just, I don't know, intrigue to find out whether or not this is the general manager that can change it. Whether or not this is the head coach and this is the quarterback in the roster. Because you look at the Lions' 53-man roster, Woj, they're as talented as a lot of teams in the NFL. I think they are deep. I think they have balance. I think they have players everywhere. And I think it's been built where? In the trenches.
Mm-hmm.
They can control a game potentially on the D-line and with that offensive line. It's been much better, particularly the interior of that offensive line.
It's going to be fascinating on Monday Night Football because it's like the Lions and the Bears are built one way, and the Packers and Chiefs and Rams and whatever are built another way. And I think the Lions are getting confidence in the way they built their team. And we'll see. That's a huge... I mean, I think defensively, the Lions' defense beat the Chiefs' offense. Now, they didn't win the game, but if you match those up, the Lions' defense won that, right?
Yeah.
So you see, they got to win the matchup against Aaron Rodgers.
Let's talk to Tyler in Farmington. You're on 97.1. Hey, Tyler.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hello, Tyler.
All right, so I am going to say the Lions from this very day are going to make the playoffs.
Okay,
So
why?
My reason is because I think it's different from, let's say, 2017, where they started off pretty hot with Bill. They started off, I believe, 3-1. They played some pretty good football teams that month, too. I'm going to say the depth this year's a lot better. Coaching differently. And the reason why I more bought into this team is because I think they could actually be good football teams where previous coaches in the past, like Jim Caldwell, could never win a football team like that.
Well, Jim Caldwell had 11 and 5 and
Sure
missed the
games.
playoffs twice, so I wouldn't say that. And I agree with you, Tyler. As I sit here, I would say they're a playoff team. The only people that say they're not, and the reasoning is, remember 6 years ago they started 3-1. Remember? Okay, that may be your answer. I don't think that's a good enough answer. I say, like, Yeah, I think Stafford has improved, but I still don't know if he can win that really big game. But don't go back 10 years. I mean, I know that's what we always do, same old Lions, but I don't think that can apply for them.
Call your shot right here, right now, Lions fans. Is this a playoff team or not? The phone number's 248-539-9797. We got the ticket text pulled up here. Woj is all over at 97136. That's right. We got plenty to do. We'll get to some college football a little bit later on this hour as well. 97.1.
Paulson's audio video. It's funny. Sully came in here. He goes, "Hey, do you really like Paulson? I'm moving into my house this weekend." I said, "Mike, here's what you go in Columbus Day weekend, October 10th through 14th. Ask for Dan or Chris, and stop screwing around. Paulson's audio video is the best in Metro Detroit. My old house, the home we've been in for the last 5 years. Listen, everything's Paulson's. I'm not sitting here and telling you the cheapest date in town. I'm just telling you, everything's done right, flawless." Installed once, it works right forever. When it doesn't, you call them. Zip ties? Oh, they're the zip tie ninjas. Don't mess around. Don't be one of these dudes who moves into a house. "I got it." And there's wires everywhere. You look like an idiot. Columbus Day sale now. LG 4K TV starting at $329. Sully spent more at the bar Saturday night. They've even got financing. Go to Paulson's Audio Video. Don't screw around. Get it done right. It's Paulson's Audio Video. It's the toy store for grown-ups.
Time for another Action Network flash. On Sunday, New York hosts Minnesota, and the road team is 5.5-point favorite. Over 60% of the spread tickets and over 70% of the money is on Mike Zimmer's team. For all the betting info, download the free Action Network app today.
Nope, nuh-uh. We're not doing that yet. There's still plenty of fall left to enjoy. In fact, here in Ontario, Canada, it's one of the best times of the year. Colorful leaves everywhere you look, great fall festivals, glamping under the stars, that's glamorous camping. Incredible foodie flavors and wine excursions that are perfect for a weekend getaway. We've got the best fall has to offer, but don't take too long, because pretty soon... Okay, enough. Plan your fall weekend in Ontario at fallinontario.com.
Don't miss out. Save even more now through Saturday at the Meijer 2-Day sale. Get a whole Meijer fresh rotisserie chicken for only $3.99, or Meijer pasta sauce for only 89 cents. Feed some outdoor friends too. Meijer all-season 20-pound wild bird seed is only $7.99. Plus, get ready for Halloween. Jack-o'-lantern pumpkins are buy one, get one free. Save big when you get all your fall family needs at the Meijer 2-Day sale. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
With the radio.com app, you can always listen to this station anytime, anywhere. But there's so much more. Like exclusive music channels to get more of what you're listening for. Like Smokin' Oldies, Flashback Home, Final Time, Nashville Legends, and Reggae Nation. Streaming 24/7, 365, and all just a click away. Listen to what you want, when you want. Radio.com on your desktop or download the free app now.
They say you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so here at Charmin, we decided to sing about it.
Super mega wow. 6 girls in one. Got rolls on rolls on rolls. TV for everyone. Shiny rolls got rolls. Super mega rolls. Super mega lasts forever. Shiny rolls got rolls.
Charmin Super Mega Roll is 6 regular rolls in one. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
You got a minute? I need your help. You see, 1 out of 6 vehicles have been recalled because of dangerous Takata airbags. One of them could be yours. Defective airbag parts can explode, causing serious injury, even death. Go to safeairbags.com and see if your vehicle is on the recall list. And if it is, get it fixed for free. It could save your life.
97.1 The Ticket Student Heart Check, brought to you by the Michigan Education Savings Program, provides a healthy heart check for students whose families might not otherwise be able to afford it. Go to 971theticket.com, search Student Heart Check, and help make a difference in our community. Got something to say? Text 971 The Ticket now at 97136. Ticket text brought to you by LaFontaine Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Fenton, home of the family deal. Find over 5,000 new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs daily at familydeal.com. You've got a question? We've got an opinion.
went through 4 innings. They're scoreless with the Tampa Bay D-Rays. Although they're not the D-Rays anymore. Verlander hasn't given up a hit through 4 innings.
I miss the old Devil Rays.
I know.
Yeah, it
I
used
guess
to be
they had
fun.
a satanic tilt to it.
Yeah, I miss the old Verlander.
Sully's going to let it.
You know,
That's why I love seeing Verlander pitch well in the postseason.
Sully's sitting back there looking up at the TV with his little doughy eyes glistening.
you know, if you look close enough at the TV when JV's out there, you can actually see a faded English D on his hat. He's not wearing an Astros hat. He's got an English D sewn in underneath.
No, going to the Hall of Fame with that English D on his hat.
I wonder if he wins a couple more championships with Houston. I wonder. Wouldn't it be cool if he was wearing a Tigers t-shirt underneath his jersey?
That would be, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, because
I'm sure he is.
well, in reality, if the Astros win another World Series, that's really like we won a World Series, you know? Yeah, absolutely.
How can you not be a little pissed off still? You see Scherzer pitching the other night. You see Verlander today. You see,
Okay.
you saw Porcello and Kinsler win World Series.
Okay, no, that's true.
It
He
is
was
annoying.
pissed off.
Crazy.
That is legit emotion. Sully was faking it about like, oh, just rooting for Verlander. I think people
I
are
was
past that.
the first postseason. Now it's kind of faded. But
Yeah. Enough. I don't like seeing it. I don't.
I'm with you. All right, we'll tackle a big college football weekend, although some would call it a scary college football weekend for Michigan and Michigan State. We'll get to
pucker
that.
up, kids.
We'll get to that coming up at 3:32. Lions on deck right now, though, and it's very easy, okay? We want to hear from Lions fans. You can call your shot right here, right now. Is this a playoff team or not? And you could be the Lions fan, potentially, who you want to be pessimistic, you want to be SOL, you want to be, oh my God, I'm not going to buy into this team because they've let me down forever. Fine, go ahead and say it. You want to be the person that, hey, you know what? I like what I see out of this team. I'm going to buy in. I think they're a playoff team. Which side of it are you on? 248-549-9797.
And if you think they're a playoff team, you're not drinking the Kool-Aid, you're not being caught up in the moment. As a matter of fact, I think it's more objective than to just be a slave to the past and what has happened before. Now, that said, they haven't shown a history of it, although it's only the second year under Patricia, so skepticism is absolutely warranted, but just using thine own eyes, I see a lot of talent on the field for them.
You want to get to any text? Go back to the phones.
Let's see. Ticket
What's your
text
poison?
97136. I'm going off of this year, Wojo. They have, half of their games? I don't think 8-7-1 gets them in. That's Steve in Waterford. No, 8-7-1 probably would not get them in. I love when idiots, in parentheses, media experts, bogey, say with a straight face the Lions, quote, just need to clean up the boneheaded errors. Those are as ingrained to the Lions as Honolulu.
No, you know what's been ingrained to the Lions? Poor play. You know, not having an offensive line, not having a system that caters to the quarterback, not having a head coach that can come up with defensive game plans to be able to shut down a star quarterback. They have all of that. Like when we talk about the Lions and the Lions potentially bottoming out and being a terrible team and they're not going to get to the playoffs, we always talk about, oh my gosh, this thing is fundamentally broken. They don't have a running back. They don't have a receiver. They don't have an offensive. Those are things that you can't fix. All we're talking about here is the Lions needing to not be idiots and drop a football. Not trying to do too much, extending a play and fumbling. Not reaching the ball out at the goal line. Other than that, they have moved the football on the ground and through the air. They have been able to generate enough stops and limit the amount of points scored defensively. Like, there's a lot of really good things happening. They just have to focus a little bit harder and not have the catastrophic mistake.
Take a text 97136. They will screw it up as always. Don't fall for it. Here. I'm going to find a negative one for every positive.
That sounds like an
I'm going to
exciting
balance
person.
it out, yeah.
All right, let's talk to Ben in Sterling Heights. You're on 97.1. Hey, Ben.
Hey guys, how are you? I like the show.
Thank you, Benjamin.
All right, so here's and don't bash me, but I would say I'm leaning towards playoffs, and it's not because of the offense. I've always called Matt was good enough to get us there, and I do see Bobble doing some really good things. I think it's better offense than I've seen in years. The interesting thing is when I look at the defense, I feel like I've seen this show me, and my thought son and I were talking about it the other night, and man, what does this remind you of? Because this was Patricia his last year when he was in New England, the kind of defense that just drove you nuts. Yards and yards and yards, and then all of a sudden it gets to the red zone, it gets compressed, and all of a sudden the offense shoots itself in the foot, or they turn the ball over, or, you know, they get a big-time stop, or a pick, or something was happening. You walk away from that game and you go, how the hell did the Patriots win that game? And you look at the stats and you see tons of yards, but not necessarily enough points to win the game. I feel like this system, although it drives you batty because you're like, why is he running only rushing 3 guys? It really allows people to play the team in the back end where they're not trying to do too much, just like the point you guys were making. So I really think their chances of being in the playoffs is, can this defense continue to rise to the occasion? Because if they can, I think they can. Because defense travels.
Ben, you are on the money. I think it is about the defense, and that is what he's doing. The last year in New England, when they won the Super Bowl, I think they were like 22nd in the league in yards allowed and like 4th in points allowed. And that the Belichick it's still the same way there. And I get it. Like it's very difficult to drive 80 yards for a touchdown in NFL or college football, and most teams can't do it. So give them some yards, but you're not going to give them the points.
Red zone offense. Can we just say it's like at an all-time low right now?
It's really hard to score the red zone.
The amount of times that we've seen teams get inside the 10-yard line and have some of the worst play calling and worst results. It's the percentage is as high as I can remember,
Including the Lions.
I agree with that. Yes,
That's been an issue.
self-inflicted wounds.
Yeah.
Let's talk to Mickey in Highland. You're on 97.1. Hey, Mick.
Hey, Mick. So you're not, now you're entitled to, but you're not beholden to the past that they've, bombed out before. You're just looking at it going forward.
No, each game is individual. Absolutely, they have that same attitude. That game they played, that's gone. We're going to move on.
Yeah, and I think, give the new regime a chance. I mean, Quinn's been around 4 years. Patricia's second year. Got off to an awful start. We know that. And Quinn has, had his hiccups as well, but I think there's signs of professionalism. That's what I'll say. Signs of professionalism.
Are they bringing in talent or not? And that's the whole job for the general manager. I mean, obviously you want to cater it to your head coach and the systems and, fill specific roles. But Bob Quinn is bringing in guys that can play.
But you know what it is? It's not, how can I phrase this? They're not bringing in reckless talent. They're not bringing in, wild card talent. They're bringing in just solid talent. Guys that can play positions, multiple positions, smart. Now, at some point, I don't know, you say you would love that unbelievable rush and get, 15 sacks, but...
Well, Flowers is supposed to be something along those lines.
Okay, and you know how many sacks Flowers had with New England last year?
7.5,
and he led the team.
And Romeo Okwara, a guy who they picked up, right at the last second last year, had 8 or 7 or something. Yeah, same thing.
They led the team.
Yeah.
So that's not what they do. And I think the Patriot thing gets nauseating at times to it, but that's the closest facsimile that they've actually put together, is the defense. And the hill in the back of the training field where they added a running hill like they have in New England.
Really?
Yeah.
Did I not notice? I guess I wasn't out.
It came out late in training camp. They sort of finished it.
Yeah. Oh, God. 248-539-9797.
You know that?
Ticket text is at 97146. No, does Patricia pound his cane into the ground run like a patriot when they're doing the hills out there or what?
I don't think it was actually, the sod wasn't set for them to do any running and training, honestly. Because they just put it in.
Do they call it Patriot Hill?
Lion Hill.
Climb the Belichick today? Huh? No? You sure? All right, 248-539-9797. Look, we'll continue with the Lion stuff right here, right now. Is this a playoff team or not? We'll mix in some college football coming up as well. 97
games. But you also have Xfinity this weekend because you need to have Xfinity of these games. Now look, Xfinity Internet, Xfinity Mobile, Xfinity TV, of course, all of their great products, award-winning products. With Xfinity, you guys know I just bought a house, and by the way, the customer service in terms of transferring everything over could not be any simpler as well. Xfinity makes life simple, easy, and awesome, and they deliver enhanced network security, so all of your connected devices are always going to be protected when you are online. Get started with Xfinity Internet for $20 a month. Think about that. $20 a month for internet, you just can't beat that. For 12 months with a 1-year agreement, or you can also get 4 times the speed for just $10 more a month for 12 months. Plus, add enhanced network security. So go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or just drop by your local Xfinity store. Now, this does require EcoBill and AutoPay. It ends coming up in January, first week of January, so you do have some time, but make sure you check this out before the deal does run out. That's 1-800-XFINITY, Xfinity.com, or your local Xfinity store.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. 96 Jeffries eastbound express lanes at M39 Southfield Freeway closed right now due to an accident. You can use the eastbound local lanes to get around it. 13-mile right eastbound at Ryan and Warren. A wreck is working to clear, and Telegraph northbound at 9 Mile at Southfield. An accident is reported in the left lane. It's football season, so it's time to get to Buffalo Wild Wings to watch the games. No fall weddings, no man caves. It's time to watch football the way it was meant to be watched. Tackling at Mountain Wings and raising beers like trophies. So get your priorities in order and get to Buffalo Wild Wings all season long for football. I'm Michelle Pena on the WWJ's 24-hour traffic center.
Get ready for a ghoulishly good time at MGM Grand Detroit with Pick Your Potion. Starting October 2nd, all M-Life Rewards members can conjure up some major winnings, including the $1,000 free play grand prize. This is no trick. All you have to do is play, swipe, and win. Play Pick Your Potion every Wednesday in October, and you could walk away with $1,000 in free play. Visit the M-Life Rewards desk for details. Must be 21 or older. Grand times ahead.
BMT Aerospace is hiring. BMT Aerospace, a global aerospace gear manufacturer, is looking for experienced CNC machinists for CNC LD/ID grinders and deburr gear technicians. BMT offers competitive wages, excellent benefits, and weekend shift possibilities. Open interviews on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. For more information, go to bmtaerospace.com. bmtaerospace.com. That's bmtaerospace.com.
I plan to stop smoking, so I lost my train of thought.
No worries.
Most don't get it on the first try, but if you keep trying to quit smoking, you can succeed.
Take 2.
I plan to stop smoking, so I keep my hands busy when I have the urge to smoke. Like, I play with pencils, and I've broken a bunch. But hey, if it helps me break this addiction, it's worth it. Get tips to help you quit at everytrycounts.gov.
Health insurance industry is constantly changing. Whether you are a business owner, an individual, or on Medicare, you want to be sure you are getting the best possible plan for you, your family, or your business. Take the guesswork out of choosing the best health insurance. Call me, Mike Pearl. I will show you a variety of options, including the least expensive option both on and off the market price. National Medical Plans has over 30 years in the business. Don't leave your health insurance needs to the amateurs. Call now at 877-734-2200 or on the web at nbphealth.com. And remember, National Medical Plans will for your health and life insurance agency for a lifetime.
Staples is more than a place you go to make copies.
It's where a conversation with an associate sparked the idea for my business card to double as a coupon. And it's where I go to reach potential customers with custom postcards.
Staples can help make your big ideas bigger ideas. And right now, when you make a select print and marketing services purchase, you receive 20% off your next order. Staples, for your business printing and beyond. In-store only until 11/9/19. Exclusions apply. See staples.com/print20 for details.
This hour of the Mike Valenti Show is brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Call 1-800-GREAT.
You're in charge of hiring, and Indeed has solutions. Like company pages where you can get people excited about working for you. And we give you this toy monkey, which will
infrastructure is key to reducing CO2 emissions globally. It's one way ExxonMobil is helping industrial plants be more like plants. That's the unexpected energy of ExxonMobil.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1. If anyone has ever doubted the voodoo of Wojo, you should no longer do so. Justin Verlander now has a hit against him in Game 1 of the ALDS in Houston. Leadoff hitter Brandon Lowe putting the bat on the ball, and it was not caught before it hit the ground. That means that Justin Verlander has given up a hit through 4 1/3 innings of work. He's also struck out 2 and walked 2. No damage done by the Rays so far, though. And on the other side, Houston giving up a bases-loaded situation, a strikeout to end that inning. So Tyler Glasnow is also matching Verlander in this game. 4 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts for the Rays. And Jalen Ramsey will miss a second straight game with a back injury, according to Jacksonville head coach Doug Marrone. The star quarterback has reportedly been on the trading block over the past few weeks with the Jags, apparently wanting multiple first-round picks. However, Marrone says that Ramsey will see a medical specialist to look at his back, which the corner says is extremely tight. From the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Chris Villar. More at 4, or stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and radio.com. Only 2 more days until the Red Wings home opener on 97.1 The Ticket. Unbelievable. What? What happened? The powers of the one they call Bob Tonowski. Well, see, we were talking because JV is pitching for the Astros right now in the playoff game against Tampa Bay, and Sully all loves his JV and everything. Oh, he's definitely pitching with Detroit on his mind. Yeah, sure. Yeah. And he had a no-no through 4 innings, and I said, okay, we're not going to stand for this. I don't want people to be distracted by this. They need to be listening to the Bogey and Wojo program. So right after the 4th inning, I sent out one of my jinxes, I guess you could call it, on the Twitter. Oh, yeah. And the very next batter for Tampa Bay got a hit. So there, you're done. Don't have to watch anymore. Back to us. Thank you. All right, it's like the Taco Bell, the old trash can. Stop with the trash can. People remember that. I'm telling you, I'm not crazy. The phone number is 248-539-9797. We got to get some college football here. Wait a minute. What? No, somebody took my tweet and tweeted it directly at Kate Upton and urged her to get after me because he does this on purpose. What are the chances you think she responds? What are the chances you think she's into older men? What? We could go out to dinner or something. If she responds, you know what you have to do, right? You gotta have your Spike Albrecht moment. Yeah, I know. And you gotta just shoot your shot and see what happens. Try to scoop JV. Huh? Let's see. I'll look at Kate's up. We'll look back to the phone. I'm gonna look at Kate's sometime. Just go to her Instagram. That's all you need. We'll lose you for the rest of the show. All right, Lions playoff team or not. We'll get to the college football as well. Let's get to a couple more calls, though. Julian, you're up next on 97.1. Hey, Julian.
Nobody, good afternoon.
Hello, Julian. Howdy.
For me, it's an easy answer. It's a hard no. And I always try to make these decisions based on data. So if we go game by game, you've got game 1. They played what will go down, or what will be probably one of the worst teams in NFL this year. And they basically threw the game away at the end of in the second half. I mean, the Lions were up by, was it 18 at the half? Was that the
18 early 4th quarter is what they were on. 24-6.
Right, yeah. So, playoff teams, certainly good teams, they don't perform that way. As Mike would say, when you're in that situation, that's when you step off the throat, hand the game away. Game 2 was a game where 2 teams battled it out for